Your boy Brando with Fitness Protocols. How to motivate yourself to work out. In this episode, I'll share strategies, concepts, and supplementation that will drastically improve motivation, and will address things we should limit and or avoid that will cripple our motivation. Now, I've been in the field of health, fitness, and nutrition for over 15 years, and my burning desire is to share knowledge, experience, and methods to living a sober, productive, and meaningful life. First, we must consider all the factors. Is our body in optimal condition? Much of the mechanisms that govern our motivation is contingent upon our overall health, specifically gut health. In a healthy colon, you'll have substantially more flora and way less yeast. But what happens with the Western diet, we're exposed to excessive fats, refined sugar, and processed foods. When our diet is void of fruits and vegetables, the flora has nothing to eat. Also, this affects the pH level of our colon for yeast to grow. Meanwhile, we're starving the flora. So then you start to see an expansion of the yeast. Now, this leads to inflammation in the body, a plethora of health problems. It gets worse. Now that the flora doesn't have anything to eat, it resorts to eating your stomach lining and your intestine lining, opening up micro holes in your colon for microbials to spread throughout your body. And this is what is leading to brain fog, exhaustion, and no motivation. To take our life back is to correct this. This is what we're interested in right here. And I'm going to share that with you today. Now, I've been given a plethora of reasons why we end up in the condition that we're in. Some people believe that it's just genetics. They drew the short straw. The inflammation is caused from sports back when they played in high school. I'm here to tell you that that's all false. By applying these methods, you're going to drastically increase your quality of life, your energy, and your motivation. And the process is all very simple. We have to correct our pH levels inside our colon. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to take one shot glass of apple cider vinegar every morning with 1 cup of water, mixed with 1 cup of water. This will increase our pH levels, therefore creating an environment in which flora can thrive and yeast will start to die off. We're going to replace processed foods with cooked and fresh vegetables. We're going to replace our refined sugars with fresh fruits, whenever possible. And flora loves the fiber. This is because this is full of fiber. And flora thrives on fiber. This is going to increase our energy, our motivation, our confidence. And you're going to notice results day to day in the gym, in your work life, and you're going to notice it immediately, first week. Our gut health is responsible for our longevity. Even if we find it difficult to adhere to the program strictly as we would like, just adding apple cider vinegar with mother in our daily regimen will slowly change the environment of our gut health, drastically improving our health. Nutrition and time heals the body of all ailments, and I believe this. You may find correcting this imbalance also corrects lack of motivation by itself. The mental transformation can be astounding. Next, we must transcend the way we think. Start thinking of ourselves less of a noun and more like a verb. Action. I always say getting to the gym is half the battle. Overcoming limbic friction, a term coined by Dr. Andrew Huberman. If you're unfamiliar with his work, you can find it at Huberman Labs. He shares excellent content with applicable tools. We must become students to our goals. Warriors are not born, they are nurtured and forged. Thoughts you choose to pour time and energy into will manifest into reality. If you think about drinking alcohol every day, you're going to find yourself at the bar. If you think about nutrition and exercise every day, you're going to find yourself in the gym. Thought management leads to behavior management. When we begin to feel overwhelmed and feel like giving up, we shift our focus and reach for resources such as delicious macro-enriched recipes, resistance training that further supports our goals, supplementation that will expedite the success rate, or videos such as the one you're watching now. As we speak, you're nurturing a warrior's mindset. Let's consider how passions are formed. Curiosity is nurtured into an interest. Interest then is further nurtured into a hobby, and then a hobby is transformed into a passion. Something magical begins to happen. We begin to take pleasure in the work. If you're interested in specific techniques, check out my video on how to achieve optimal hypertrophy. Here. The buddy system. If we want to be passionate about fitness, we should seek out a gym partner who is and has time to mentor. This creates accountability as you learn and grow together. And everyone brings something to the table. Two minds are always greater than one. We can't talk about the motivation without talking about supplementation. Let's review some supplements that will drive motivation. My list would be probiotics. 2 would be a good multivitamin. 3, vitamin D3 plus vitamin K2 with MK7 to increase the bioavailability of the vitamin D. Statistics show that 90% of Americans are deficient in vitamin D. That's your immune system, man. I also recommend taking glucosamine, especially if you're working out for joints. And lastly, calcium and magnesium. Our minerals regulate our respiratory system, our heart health. They're important. These are very important. Honestly, if you really care about your health, in order to dial in what you really need, you're going to get some blood work done. This is going to tell us our deficiencies. This is your body telling you what you actually need, and then supplementing appropriately. Pre-workout drinks. I recommend consuming products that have a fair amount of caffeine, but not an excessive amount, and the right aminos for increasing oxygen in the blood, such as essential pre-workout. I also like to add Vasafil due to its concentrated delivery of L-arginine and L-citrulline, generate great pumps during training sessions. L-tyrosine, the precursor to dopamine, the modulator responsible for motivation. Anecdotally, 500 milligrams is enough to greatly increase motivation, but a buildup of it in excess can affect your sleeping habits. I recommend relying on it sparingly. Also, the ultimate motivation combination, found here, you can find it on Amazon. I left some links in the description, along with a useful PDF file in the comments for those interested. If you're recovering from amphetamine use, this is a powerful tool that will greatly offset the symptoms on your road to recovery. Here are some things we should avoid and or limit. Alcohol. Alcohol is full of yeast, contributing to a gut microbial imbalance. Robbing the body of vitamins and minerals, reduces oxygen levels in the blood, disrupts heart and cardiovascular health, elevates the female hormone estrogen, reduces testosterone levels. For men, low testosterone means low motivation. I'd limit the alcohol consumption as much as possible when trying to stay motivated. Amphetamines. I'd avoid these at all costs. What goes up must come down. Crashing our baseline and leaving us in worse condition than we were before. Not to mention, it can lead to addiction, creating a lifetime struggle. We want to choose our battles wisely. Thank you very much for your time. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. A simple like goes a long way to help grow my channel so that I may help others. If you'd like to see more on my channel, please hit subscribe. I'll be posting similar content like this as often as possible. Thank you again, and let's strengthen our mind, body, and spirit one day at a time. Until next time.